Hello and welcome to Siremic B. Here's a quick overview of my new app's functionality. As you can see, there's a little flowchart of what Siremic B does and how it connects. It acts as a software control surface that wirelessly sends MIDI control change data from the app to the Mac or the PC, following the standard format you can see in the bottom left corner in the last row of the grid. Right here. Let's dive right in and see how the app connects to the Mac and the software on the Mac. It launches as usual, and that's really the only screen there is. It's very basic. When the app is launched, an iPad and the Mac are on the same network, the iPad requests an Apple MIDI connection to the Mac and makes itself visible to Apple MIDI on the Mac. You can see that my iPad is now available and I can connect it to the session. So let's do that. What happens in the MIDI network setup is that as control change data are coming in, red indicators start showing up in the latency bar. So let's move the fader and you see those red bars. There they are. On the Mac side, I have created an instrument with Native Instruments Contact Sampler that I've set up to act on those incoming MIDI control change messages. Right now, if I move the left fader, we should see the movement mirrored in the volume control of the instrument. Right here. So let's do that. See how the volume goes up and down as the fader moves. Now you may be wondering why I've created so many buttons. This basically grew out of a sense of frustration with the hardware MIDI control surfaces, which just never quite offer enough buttons, especially if you're a pipe organist and wish to use lots of different sounds. Here's what happens on my instrument if I push a couple of buttons. As you can see, I can activate and deactivate those stops with the help of these toggle buttons in the app to my liking. Those will plug in different sounds, as you will be able to hear. Of course, I need to dial up the volume a little bit first. Okay, now here are a couple of sounds, very different sounds, that will be a lot louder. And so on. This is the principal functionality. Of course, you can tie the app into any piece of software that is able to read Apple MIDI data. It just so happens that I created this software pipe organ, and that should play very well with this app. But however, this is not part of the app, of course. Let me enlarge the app screen for this so we can look at the app's features in more detail. You can change the control numbers of each of those control elements to your liking. For that, you go into edit mode, and then tap on any of the control elements, say the CC5 in the middle of the top row. This brings up a dialog to change the control number, and I can change it to anything I like. Now it's being set to control number 92, so it will set the controller number on that element to 92. I've tapped done, and then I will exit the edit mode. Now you can see that the former CC5 is now a CC92 right here. In the same way, I can set up as many control elements as I like and save the setup as a preset. Let's save the file here as preset 92. I can also load a preset by tapping the Load Presets button. This brings up a dialog that allows me to pick any preset. I have a few presets saved here, among others the 92 that we just saved. Let's pick another one though, such as my pipe organ. And tap Load. This will map the controller numbers to the layout as has been previously saved. In this case, the former CC92 button is now set to CC103. I can go back to this 92 setting and now it's back to 92. This works, of course, with all other control elements as well. As a complement to the save functionality, we need a delete function, of course, so let's tap the Delete Preset button. So now I can delete the 92. And now if I'm trying to load it, you see that it's gone from the presets. So let's click cancel. So I can save it again, let's say as 92A. And load the presets. And there you see, it's back as a 92A. And this is essentially the functionality of the app. As a musician, it's great to have a touch-based control surface instead of trying to use the mouse to plug in various sounds. That way, as an organist, a touch-based control is a lot more natural and a lot more like the real deal. And that's what my app does. I thank you very much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. Thank you and goodbye.